So tonight is Swarm, and in a few minutes I'll be heading off to the event, and we'll see how it goes. I hate openings. They're always a bit of a uncomfortable situation. You don't know anyone. It's hard to approach people and talk to them. What are you going to say? Other than seeing your work in person and hung up among other people, which is really nice. And, being in a gallery space is always, having your art in a gallery space is always a nice thing. But that's about it. For someone who's visiting and just wants to look at art, I would highly recommend it. Going to a gallery space and looking at art is a fantastic way to spend one's time. But for the artist, it's just like an extremely painful process. You just, what are you supposed to do? You look there, look stupid and say, here's my great piece of art. All you other people suck. That's really, you can't say that. Sometimes you think it, but you really can't think it. This is part of the game. And again, especially as I mentioned before, it's not like this is really going to sell. The audience is other artists. Everyone's poor. If they're going to give art, they're going to give their own art to their friends and that sort of thing. They're not going to buy another artist's art unless it's really particularly special. I've done that. I've bought art at openings, that sort of thing occasionally, but it's fairly rare and it's something you really can't count on. So, this is where we're at. So in the next time I see you in it'll be a couple minutes, like a second or two from now, but in actual reality, it will be like a day or so. I will go down to Hamilton and down to the gallery on James Street North and try not to get mugged. And sorry, but the area is getting a little bit rough. And see how the show goes. I'll try to capture a few photos down there while I'm there, and then I'll give you like a debrief afterwards. So see you in 2 seconds. Take care. Bye. Okay, it's they were going to charge $20 parking where I normally park, and I thought they were full of it, but then I see that there's absolutely no parking on the street. It's quite amazing. I guess all the restaurants, that sort of thing, have really picked things up on James Street. So anyhow, I just got to walk up the street and go to the gallery and see how painful this is. Well, first impressions, some of the paintings were very good, very academic, very polished. I've never seen that level of quality at a member show. However, they also didn't look quite real. I almost thought they were copies or photographs or prints. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. One or two were obviously painted. I could see the brush strokes and the glaze. Excuse me. But others really seem like prints. I don't think they were prints, but they look like prints. James Street North has changed a lot. My God, it's all restaurants. I don't really wander on the street that much. I'm usually very here to one spot to another spot, and don't do the street as a whole. In the past, there wasn't really much look to, but now it's full of restaurants. It's become like Cass Village. There's lots of gift shops and that sort of thing, but it's very restaurant, and there's condos in the area. There's actually a condo on the street. It looks very nice, looks very secure, which you sort of need. I tried to park in my usual spot, which is a parking garage, and they were asking $20. And I was only planning to stay for an hour, so I couldn't really believe my ears. But then when I started looking for other parking spots on the street, there weren't any. I finally found one on Barton, just off the main street drag, and I was fairly lucky to get that one, because then on the side streets there's not really a lot of parking permitted. So always a bit of a soul crushing experience, but I feel like mine actually looks like a painting. It looks like an illustration, like I can see the strengths and weaknesses of it, but it does look like a painting. A lot of the other ones that were figurative, and there was a lot of figurative paintings this year, more than I've ever seen. Usually abstract conceptual work dominates. Mine actually looked like a painting. The other ones were really weird. Very very weird. And then there was two women who obviously were had gone to dinner or were on a date or something, and they were going around making jokes of all the paintings, and some of them were really funny. I had to leave because I was getting ready to laugh out loud, but that was their sport. They were going around making fun of all the paintings. So that swarm this year. I don't think there's any danger of my painting selling. Not because of lack of quality, I just don't think the market's there. But it's really the Friday night. There really is a potential for people going in and seeing your work. And since it's a very datey 20, 30 something, and if they're buying condos, there's really the potential for art for walls in new development. It's just whether they have the taste for that sort of thing or not. Most people will slap up a poster or put a stereo system on their wall or TV entertainment rather than art. That's just the way things are these days. Okay, that's my impressions of tonight. First show since COVID lifted, and it's been 2018, so almost 5 years since the last show. All right, good night everyone, and we'll see you next time.